Hello, everyone. Welcome. Here as a companion. Sunken Citadel of Fountainport. Beautiful hand. Preparation. Let me update this perfect blue-white list. Export. Haven't played blue-white since the RC in the US happened, but this is the list I would have played, or very close at least. Wait, what's going on here? Looks like they had their stops removed, maybe? Or the F6 for their first turn. Unfortunate. So yeah, it's very similar to the last list I played. It has an extra Sunken Citadel. This is Blue Eyes last gas. Let us see. This is the final try. I think Blue Eyes just good, honestly. I mean, it did fine at the RC too, right? Okay, so they could have a Shredder, which am I ever using Get Lost on a Shredder? I would rather not. This can sack a token, which I cannot make, so I should just play another Citadel on blue and say go. They pulled a yellow hat special, yeah. I'm usually the one F6ing for my first turn. If this lead is bung, blue-white is retired. I don't know, blue-white has a bit of variance to it. For sure. But yeah, major change, not major, but I added a third Citadel for a third pathway compared to my last list. So we'll see. Pretty nice here. Getting to make a treasure here. Pretty sick. Well, I don't know about sick, but if I lose a game where they time walk themselves, don't do much in the first few turns, and I get the nice Citadel draw, it's not a good sign. Ooh, the Moonlight. So now I don't have to worry about lucky pranksters. 2 treasures and you win the game. All pierces are trash. Yeah, that's a good point. Don't have to worry about spell pierce. So yesterday I bought a new coffee maker programmable. Coffee was waiting on me when I woke up. Ooh. Is it coffee where you put the whole grains and it makes delicious coffee of whole grains? Hope I'm not being too much of a snob here. Do you think just make a treasure first rather than draw a card? I like it. I feel like yeah, I mean, this game feels so hard to lose. Props is a little scary, but I can get rid of it at some point. Sadly, no, not that fancy. So what kind of coffee does it use? Probably just play tough here. Do I have a list? But of course, here you go, my friends. Perfect blue-eye list. Just my Maxwell House, medium house blend. Alright, so still like, kind of, yeah, nice. Like the filter, yeah. For some reason, my mom still enjoys instant coffee. She just likes it better than... What a heathen. She just likes it better than like actual, like, you know, other kinds of coffee. My mom is a boss. Well, she is a boss. I don't know if it's related to her taste in coffee, though. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if you may discard a card if you do draw a card. I saw a list was one of that card in the main. I saw a list was 4 ofs in the main. I'm assuming it's a 1 of. I'm assuming it's American kind of coffee maker with paper filters. Yeah, that's what my in-laws have. It's good. It's good coffee. Don't be like a huge coffee snub. OP got Fountainported, yeah, pretty much. And OP's gonna get Hallowed Moonlight too. No, no second Phoenix? How lucky for them. It's so nice that they don't have the choice to, unlike a lot of other cards. Bye-bye, Phoenix. Okay. Ooh, a little lockdown. It's tempting. Oh, he costs 2 mana. Let's just try and play fast. Seems probably very over. I like my Jura coffee machine. It's low maintenance. Yeah, I was looking at coffee machines a while ago, and Jura seems like it was a pretty decent brand. Like not too expensive. Just need to not get lost in the sauce here and not like lose too much tempo. Yeah, bye treasures. I don't think I'm gonna sag them for card advantage. Just gonna deluge here. Island Verdict seems nice. Good verdict. Maybe Lockdown knows better. They could have Brazen Boar for Lockdown. I guess I have Teferi to bounce. Alright, let's play technically tight here and float the white. They might, if they have Brazen Bar for lockdown, I might want to march stuff right away. Could also just cast the Deduce here. I guess. Did you play a Doomsday Crusader deck on stream lately? I saw someone play one lately, thought it might be you. Is that the 6 black creature card? I had one copy in the standard deck during the pre-release event because I was playing the tutor for Demon. And I think I threw one in there because my mana base was literally like all swamp and stuff. But I don't know if I've put that card in a Pioneer deck. Maybe I had one in my first version of the Pioneer deck. But probably just more of a meme card. It's something you should actually put in your deck. Guess I should probably make a treasure token. Reminder that this game they won the die roll on F6 for their first Hallowed Moonlight would have been kind of cool here. Watch that for now, and then discard to hand size. Maybe Deluge. Watch him discard a white card. Oh, yeah, maybe I should have done that. And think about it. Building a Doomsday. Oh, yeah, my build was not like... Oh, I should have countered that. Probably, maybe. Besides espresso, the only coffee I enjoy is Turkish coffee. I love espresso, but I don't have an espresso machine. I just have like a French press. Turkish coffee. My family does Turkish coffee after like meals sometimes. Oh, give me a sec. Alright, it was not a scam. The whole, like, messages I was getting for delivery, like 26 euros or something. The guy is here downstairs, so I gotta run, which is kind of unfortunate, because might end up timing out that match, but yeah, sorry. Gotta run. Gonna leave you with some trivia. It's a very elaborate scam for 26 euros. Just realized maybe it is a scam and I should have not paid. I just assume it's like something from TCG or one of my sponsors. But maybe it is. Let's see. Let's see what I got. It's Magic related. Oh yeah, it is our jerseys. Okay, it is our new jersey. Cool. That'd be kind of sick to send you like random shit and expect you to pay the fees and somehow they make money off you. I hope it's a scam. Yeah, the clock thing is not great. Probably gonna time out if I don't 2-0. Need to remember I have these two treasures as well. How can I kill them fast? I can't really. I pretty much have to deck them, I think. They can maybe still win if they have the Time Walk combo. No one really plays a Time Walk combo anymore, though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to deck them. 4 minutes behind. Deliberately plug the shredder. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this game is almost definitely won. Murderous Hall Construct. So I've been playing with the Black Gear Hog, that's only a construct too. Alright, so I have 6, 4 plus 2. What is real espresso? Me? When we have real Italians in chat? Oh. Tiny cup, strong coffee, any black coffee. Oh. Tiny cup, strong coffee, I guess. Or is that wrong, Vian? Hmm. Interesting. Alright, I don't know if that's the right call, but it is what I'm gonna do. Trigger the shredder, stonks. It's almost bad to give them targets. It helps them bring back their Phoenix more easily in some ways, but oh, whatevs. I'm kind of making up times. It did take a really long last turn. I doubt I can make up much more. They made me use a Wandering Emperor too. Probably not ideal what I did. Just need to find the second Hallowed Moonlight, I think. And I'll be fine. Gonna let them have Tef here. think most lists play a third basic, but maybe they drew it, or maybe they don't play it. I should have done Tef first. Does loose. Pretty loose plays. Yes, please do mill 4. Have to kill their own prankster with a removal spell, probably. Oh, they don't have to kill it. How many verdicts do I have left? I have another one. Oh. Okay. Alright, so maybe Flanker, Sharks, Dispute, Reversal, Veto, Hearse. And then called Lockdown, I guess. Farewell. Tefs. All the cards that won me the game. Cutting all the cards that won me game 1. 3 steps ahead is all expensive. Change probably decent, especially that Fable. Fable Crackling Drake. I'm gonna keep the Censor just to help me hit land drops. I'm gonna try the Flanker. Not sure it's good. Lockdown's all worse. I have my own tokens. I have Hearse. 3 steps ahead is clunky. Ashiok, I think, is too fragile. And then Tef, I kind of like. I like to keep the first Tef. Like Farewell. I like Farewell game 1. I like it a little less after sideboard when they have a million counters. Farewell is definitely one of the cards that could be good. Could not do Flanker with the 2 Moonlights. I even had sideboard times, sideboard strats where I just kept in all the expensive stuff. Just to like jam them and punish them. Oh, right, I have this 4 marches. I don't like 4 march. Flanker, one of these 4 cards I want. Flanker, Flanker, Flanker. Flanker on the draw gives me something cheap. Let's try Flanker. It might be a little harder if they don't time lock themselves. That is nice though. Early dispute for Proft or Shredder. Some lands. Second verdict. Not the greatest. Could be good, depending on their draw. Verdict's really good when you have Rest in Peace. I don't have Rest in Peace. Kind of give away dispute here a bit. It's like very unlikely I would play that way if I didn't have dispute. Because I would just play Hallowed Fountain on turn 1. But whatevs. I think 2 life can matter in this matchup. Speaking of... Do I play around Spell plus Spell Pierce? I could... I will... Probably want to counter that Prankster. What am I doing on time? A minute and a half behind. Let's see if we can catch up on time. Alright, they're off to a slow start, but it doesn't mean much. They can just snowball. Them missing a land drop's huge, though. It's a big deal. What's going on in chat? I'm not paying attention. Look, damn, I do have Deluge mana. Guess I'll let them have it. Sorry for people who have actual Magic questions that get lost in the mix. Someone was asking, is Containment Priest worth to consider in sideboard of blue-white control? I would not play Containment Priest. If I have also sweepers in my deck, seems pretty poor. Could do Citadel Fountainport, could do another dispute. Guess I'll do Fountainport plus dispute. I didn't expect Deluge to resolve here. Maybe they're scared of a Teferi. I have 8 cards. I'm not above using a Verdict just for a Shredder instead of discarding 2 hand size. Still feeling blue-eyed after it got cooked in DC. How did it cooked in DC? It had like 51-something% win rate. Not a big fan of just people spewing fake news in the chat, but you do you. Also, people just play bad versions. People just build it poorly. Most played no top 8. Irrelevant. It could be the best deck in the field and no one with top 8 was it. You understand how variance works, right? Your name is literally Team Big Brain. But as long as it's not like it's just a name. Just a name, really. Maybe it's ironic. It's an ironic name. Sheesh. I don't know, dude. You're the one using saying blue-eyed got cooked and stuff, making these strong statements. Yeah, I've just been intoxicated by chat. That's for the reason. Sorry. Just chat rubbing off on me. No attacks? Okay. Just giving me infinite time to fire off every deluge. Like Deduce plus Hearse? Maybe? Maybe Deduce is silly? You always want to keep making land drops and stuff. Clock angle? Not really. They scooped game 1. When they had like 7 cards left, they could have burned like extra time. They chose not to. Which I always appreciate when people do that. Alright, I have too many cards for me to stop Treasure Cruise. So might as well save hers for potential Phoenix here. I think Hallowed Moonlight Blue-Eyed is better than High Noon Moonlight and Yorion is garbage. I mean, that's the way I feel. Maybe not garbage, but I feel like Yorion is inferior. I might as well do it now, I guess. I think I do bring them down to 6 cards. It's hard to know without really paying attention, playing a lot of matches and stuff, but their draws have been bad. They're like F6 themselves, they miss a land drop this game. These are not like most representative games of Blue-Eyed versus Phoenix, but I'll take it. Yeah, Flint, I know that the best Blue-Eyed... Well, Blue-Eyed Lotus Field, actually. If you want to go down that. But yeah, I saw it was Daniel Weiser. He's probably one of the better Blue-Eyed players, though. Doesn't mean I see anything. He might just be playing better than the average Blue-Eyed player. Oh, I should have Exile as... Obviously, once attack step is passed, I don't have to worry about Phoenix, and I should exile a couple cards. I need to reunite Chad by hardcasting Shark Typhoon. Okay. It is my mission. These disputes get much better after I hardcast Shark Typhoon. Alright, I got that. Or just bait one of their counters. Not sure if that's better than treasure. Treasure plus draw.
Yellow hat pigeons, yellow hat pigeons, yellow hat pigeons.
Yo, Monolith, thanks for the resub. Appreciate that. Alright. All that for the thing to just get bounced by an Otawara or Brazen Bar, but I'll be a crowd pleaser. Probably was supposed to just sack Clue Token, make a treasure last turn. Like they're applying no pressure right now, and I have hers for Phoenix, and I do have a nice hand for Shark though, like Dispute and March. As long as they don't have Otawara. It was gonna feel really bad if they have like a Brazen Bar here. Alright, it's like the opposite of a Brazen Bar. Something that runs into my Dispute. No counterback, nice. Is there any cards where it matters what I exile? Can anyone think of anything that's played in Phoenix sometimes? Fire Impulse, okay. Unlikely after sideboard, but yeah, that's one card. Do they usually play more than one Otawara? No, never. I don't think I mean, that might, like, not even be an overstatement or an exaggeration. Yeah, I'm sure at some point someone has played two, but no, not really. Red Finale, yeah, I mean, it's cards I haven't seen in years. God is kind of good. Like triple spell for not a lot of mana. Right, they still have Proft. They do still have a Proft. Already the last match, probably. Yeah. They have a hole, they have token, rip. Sorry, poor token, barely knew you. Hers is gonna one-shot them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe two-shot them. Been the last match for a while, well, I'm sorry. Opponent played out a mostly unwinnable game one. Even though they weren't playing the clock, they did scoop. They didn't try to milk every second. They probably thought they could still win. They were probably trying close to slam. And then this game, probably more of the same. That's a nice one. Maybe I should just do it now, right? No. Be greedy. No sack token? Oh, it's Fountainport, you mean? I guess I could have. Do I even care? Probably not, right? I'm ahead on time too. For all the... I'm ahead on time when I had to go and get a package for like 2 or 3 minutes downstairs. Just saying. Just saying for Canister, who's already adding me to his like stupid list. Saw my fall Canister, okay. Why can't I choose a spell? Moto, please. What is going on here? Huh? What am I missing? Is there something that's stopping me from casting spells? Just because I went back and back in, so... Oh, broke it. Had to do the return, come back again. I'm a Magic Online savant. Oh wait, I have Deluge in the yard. Oh, not make me tap mana manually. Dude, why does that always seem to happen when I have like no time left? Or all of a sudden it wants me to tap the mana. Alright, I think we got them. I think I got the scoop line chat. It's a beauty. Let's go. No attacks. My opponent has been very passive into not running into the Wandering Emperor. Kind of want my opponent not to scoop now so we can make a lot of tokens. GG. Yeah, I mean, obviously these games looked easy, but my opponent F6 for their first turn in game 1 and then had a bad draw, missed a land drop in game 2, and I had like reasonable hands. I considered grading third Fountainport. Maybe that's the next step. Fear of missing out. I'll counter it since I have another counter for Fable. Would have been a little more interesting of a decision, I think, if I didn't have 3 steps ahead. Could also kind of ignore that card and save my counters for Fable and Thoughtseize. Try and protect F. So it could be Cauldron or Reanimator. Or just someone who really likes Fear of Missing Out. Damn, should have been an Absorb. I'd be at 21. Just be GG. Oh. Wow. Oh, I like it when blue-white draws like that. Pathway and Farewell seems like the call here. Alright, Macy, thanks for the cliff notes. Who calls what's Mokapot? I need to look at. Oh, they're playing that card too. Wow, they're so smart. And I am also very smart. Classic. Classic Thoughtseize. What's the equivalent of the Thoughtseize bug but IRL? What would you say? Getting Thoughtseize bugged IRL. Just playing all the cool new cards. The dual lands, the annex, the fear of missing out. Well, that's farewell, right? I should just use farewell. Or I could have marched it before, but no, it's too late. Oh, I say I have farewell, but I don't have the 6th land yet. Noxious. Yeah, I messed up, right? I should have just marched. I have 2 verdicts, and if I draw removal for my farewell. That was loose, very loose. Oh man, that was so silly. Maybe it was worth it to like march it still in response, honestly. Hopefully I'm far ahead enough it's not gonna matter. What happens if I march it in response? I mean, I believe they get the demon, but it's still a free mana card. Because it hasn't been unlocked yet. But at least because that let them draw an extra card. Now they're gonna draw another card off it. It would be unlocked. I can't march in response. Okay, well, that would not be great then. Speaking of March, seems worth it. Doesn't look like they have another discard spell. I have a Veto, really nice in case they have Fable. Exile all creatures and enchantments. Yes. And untap my 2 dual lands. Alright. Red black mid. Veto great. Veto great. Gusts, pretty mid against Annex. Moonlight seems reasonable. Get Lost probably good enough. I'll give them 2 maps if it means getting rid of the room right away. Lockdown for their 2-drop, Harvester, tokens. Lockdown probably pretty solid in this matchup. Our set's pretty nice too. Could trim a March on the draw. It's like I could see Guz being better than March. Do they have Fountainport that may be a lot lower on Get Lost? Red-black usually doesn't have room for Fountainport. They're playing Mutavault. Change equation? Not have Fable. They're playing red-black. I'm not burning out change against a Fable deck. Maybe you got there just now. They're not mono-black. They're red-black. Oh, they're gonna have Bangbuster too, probably. So maybe I shouldn't board out March. I could trim a Verdict. Their creatures do run into... It's like Lockdown or Verdict. I'm gonna keep the Lockdown because I wasn't thinking about Bangbuster. That's the only... No, it counters... It's nice. It's a hard... Like, it being a hard counter for Thoughtseize is relevant. It being a hard counter for Bangbuster in the long games is relevant. Hard counter for Bitter Triumph could be relevant. Alright, I'm getting one of these multiple Deserted Beach hand, which Deserted Beach goes down in value with the more Citadels you play, the more Anchorage and Citadels you play, because then you're more likely to have the double tap land. Obviously, if I draw any on tap land, then I'm, Beach is going to be just fine. Verge, yeah, I don't think Verge makes a ton of sense. I only have like 9, I think. 4 Hallowed Fountain, 3 islands, 2 plains. Maybe one of the beats should just be a pathway. I don't think Verge makes sense unless you're playing Portable Hole, and even then, it's unclear you want to give up like Citadel Fountainport. Do I name Blue because of 3 steps ahead? Do have Veto. Which one am I more likely to draw? Probably just a toss-up. I have 4 blue, 3 white. So technically I'm more likely to draw blue. So I should just name white. There's maybe the 3 steps ahead, the double blue map that comes into play. But I'm trying to maximize turn 2 Veto for their high impact free drops. Old FOMO. Narset does mess them up a lot. You can protect it somehow. Oh, I literally had Deduce in my hand. Of course I should have named blue. I didn't think about that. Doesn't matter much because I drew Field of Ruin. Well, it does matter. Yeah, that was loose. Missed the obvious. That was extremely loose. Yeah, it just lets me go as my 5 colorless lands. Lets me go Deduce into double blue for 3 steps ahead. Oops. Oh, whoopsie. I already played a value land. I'm surprised. It means they don't have another land, probably. Of all value lands. This game's probably gonna be tough. If they have Fable or Annex, honestly. How lucky. Unbelievable. Can you believe it, chat? They have 3 lands and one of their 8 mana or 3 mana cards. The combination, the odds of that happening had to be so low. Am I ever countering a creature? Probably not, so I'll just play Hallowed Fountain tapped. I think this game's going to be okay, because the treasures... I have a bunch of hard counters, so I don't think the treasures are going to be that bad for me. And I think I'm going to wait till the Fable flips to Verdict, especially if they do nothing. This is great. They only have 2 types, so they can't get a double attack in here. Wait, did Din loot? And did Din do anything? Probably Wandering Emperor Plus here, but they don't do anything. They know about the Verdict. They know about it. And we know they have 2 good cards. They don't know. They know about the 3 steps ahead. They don't know about the Veto. Maybe I should save Wandering Emperor as removal for a demon, though. It is really tempting to start making tokens. Let's see. I do get Sack a Clue, though. It's also valuable. We could also just have Bitter Triumph. But then it's a Bitter Triumph that's not going on our set. Like using the mana while stacking the Clue token. You don't like having Wandering Emperor as a removal spell? Or a big threat? Damn, they could go Annex plus on flip a token next turn. I can't even deal with a 6/6 demon. And I need to make my land drops because I'm going to go Verdict. So bad at Death Bitter Triumph. I don't want to make land drops because Narset, I have the Deluge in the yards. Alright. Executive decision here. Going against chat's Advice. It's a tough spot. Yeah, I think it's close. I think it's really close. Feels really close. Hopefully, this Thoughtseize induces despair on their side. Maybe even a scoop. Also, I need to remember I have Comrade Kahira at the ready. I considered cutting Kahira. So I was thinking about the list this morning, and I was like, maybe Kahira's been made, maybe I'll cut it, and then this way I get to play Seed Shark and Hullbreaker Horror in my sideboard without feeling bad about it. But then I kind of decided I wanted Shark Typhoon more than I wanted Seed Sharks and Hullbreaker Horror. I feel like with these builds of people having a million marches and get lost in the mirror, the Seed Shark and the Horror are like not as good. Archained. Okay. See, my play was kind of good in some ways. Because it did force them to take these two cards, which meant they couldn't take Narset. Because I would have had some tokens, but I'm not sure how relevant the tokens would have actually been. I have Narset. They probably should attack it instead of attacking me. My line pressures and forces. Yeah. I feel like I should be okay. I feel like it'd be pretty unlucky for me to break all these so many times. Well, I assume one of their cards might be Bitter Triumph, though. If you assume they never have, depends, like, if you don't consider Bitter Triumph at all, but we can't know that, right? I mean, sure, I should just draw this card, right? Going down to 1. If they have Trespasser, maybe. God, I hate having to get lost there. We'll see. We'll see about that. Get lost a little less worse, I guess. I do have get lost plus 3 steps ahead. Probably fine. Probably better than going down to 1. Giga Dismiss. Could go Kahira plus Counterspell mana up. It's kind of bad if they get a 5/4. Yeah, I'm just gonna say go. I either get to go double spell plus make a token, or I get to cast Deluge. Seems like better use of my mana. Oh, I have big plans. No map tokens used. What do you have? I think this is probably better. And then maybe I could have Moonlight. And I'm at 4. We'll make fish. Why not? Oh, because of Moonlight. Yeah, I actually thought about it. And I was like, oh, I should make the fish first. And then for some reason, I just forgot about it in 2 seconds. Well, now it's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I put myself in a silly spot here. Hey, Mengu, you missed a heated discussion about coffee and espresso. Buongiorno, welcome everyone. I'm trying to punt this game, trying to give my opponent a chance. You know, I'm just nice like that. They're tapped out, right? Yes. They are. I have all these tokens, but really. Shout out to Mengu, Obvi. Easy shout out. Ooh, that's nice. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. So I can't Deluge plus Tefers. So I guess I'll just go and see what happens. It's funny, ever since I asked how often people let their phone ran out completely out of battery and claimed it happens to me only, ooh, Invoke Despair. Only like once every 2 months, I think my phone's ran out of battery like 2 or 3 times in like the past 10 days or a week. I can shuffle that, I can shuffle that thing away. I'm gonna let them have it so they don't get, yeah, don't get a free land. I can add Eiganjo Harvester. I'm also just killing them. They're at 9. Oh, I have a legend. Oh, I'm so silly. Well, I guess I should feel over it now then. And I still have mana for Deluge. To get to draw it in response, right. Okay, I mean, I should... What do I need to find? A Planeswalker or a Counterspell? Yeah. Ooh, and I was almost, like, out of basics, too. Stream's End Step. Yes, that one. Oh, I don't even have to sack my treasure. Wandering Emperor... And No More Lights, yes. These two. What did this card? What have they had in here? Bitter Triumph. Well, apparently they did have a Bitter Triumph at some point. Unclear if it was early in the game when I didn't play that Wandering Emperor, but... I don't know if I ever go to zero. Yeah, I just forget sometimes. It's just like not that big of a deal, I guess, either way, so... No more life opponent. Alright, nice. Do I like Nutella? I mean, I used to love it. I never get it anymore because it's like terrible for you, but yeah, I mean, Nutella. I don't know if I would have it now if I would find it as good, but yeah. I used to really enjoy Nutella when I was a kid. Yeah, it's like probably lowish quality. Plus they use palm oil, the like one that's like really bad for the environment. I don't know if they still do. Maybe they don't. Alright, let's slow them down a bit here. Oh, blue-white. What's the blue for? What's the blue for in these decks? Maybe not even anything in the main. Hey Dave. Mockingbird sideboard counters. Okay. That was a decent follow-up. Probably should be wary of an Adeline here. It'd be really hard for me to beat. Oh, they have Cavern, never mind. Well, I'll draw 2 discard ones, probably pretty good too. Might need to find a verdict. Good field over in the cavern. I think drawing's probably better. I'm gonna keep all on tap lands. You never know. Alright, hopefully they don't have counters in their main deck. Or protection spells. How scary their attacking was that one. Might mean they have something. I think they would maybe only send these two. If I make a 2/2, they can have a removal spell. Did they still play Brave in the main? Making a 2/2 is better against Brave. Dave, the first list you found, did they have Brave main or removal? Free Get Lost. Alright, so against Get Lost, I should just use the Exile first. Just because of the 2 life. Oh, never mind. I guess if this, I guess I can still make a 2/2 and block a bodyguard. So really, they should only attack with Thalia, and then they feel like they're missing out. Like, I could get unlucky and just have a Deluge too. It's not like I always have the Wandering Emperor here. They played Eiganjo. Interesting. Alright, I can Tef plus, or I could just have another one. Oh, they have, oh right, they have Recruitment Officer. Oh, that's scary. I guess I'll let them have Recruitment for a bit. Alright, just say go again. Might not play Eiganjo because I'm making blockers. Obviously, should definitely play Eiganjo and use Recruiter here. Another Copper Guard, okay. This time, I think this time maybe I'll just make a 2/2. I guess I totally did not play around Brave. Oof. Go up to 8. They still have 8 damage. What if I make a 2/2 and then minus on the Copper Guard? Wow. Ward 1, Ward 1. No point in getting lost before attackers. Oh, it costs 1 more and they have Ward 1. Right. Well, I think I was kind of screwed either way. Stacked me with everything. Just dead. I guess if I had like minus on the Thalia last turn, I might have been okay. Actually. I have a sweet poet. Modern Jeskai Control. I have not played Modern Jeskai Control in a while, so no. Was it anything special? Get lost? No, they all have boards. Alright, let's see what's not great in this matchup. Narset can definitely go. Veto can go. Change can go. Moonlight thing can go right. It's a pile of 4s, but some of these cards are going to cost more. You know that player in real life? Cool. I could cut a Deduce, or I could cut one of the 4s, or I could cut a Tef. Maybe I'll just cut a Tef. Sometimes I cut Deduce because of lockdown, but making your land drops is nice too. A tale as old as time. Are you supposed to keep the 2-lander? You kind of insta-lose, obviously, if you don't draw land. I don't have a normalize. I have a lot of good cards, but my deck is kind of all good cards. I think I'm just gonna mull. They go like Cavern Thalia. And I keep these 2 cards kind of bad. I don't want to keep both Anchorage. Plus 1 land is Eiganjo. Yeah, I should. Maybe just get rid of the normalize. It's coherent, I guess, kind of. Bottom normalize, yeah. Seemed like a little counterintuitive at first, but... Does this do anything once it's in play? Card's pretty good, though. Bird, Bard. It's kind of a cool draw, as far as coming to play tap lands go. They had the Cavern, too. Got him, kind of. Pretty nice, like, Eiganjo. I get to play my Anchorage now. These Anchorage might be a huge deal, too, we'll see. I like the running joke. He does get Thalia, right? Why not? What's going on there? Alright, this is the part of the match where I just look up their list because, well, I tried to look up their list. Carnage, cards, and MTGO. Because I am confused. Azorius Spirits, blue-white. Dude, they love blue-white. They just play all kind of blue-white decks, spirit decks. 3 sets ahead would be to loot some lands. What do they have? They probably have some flash creature. What's a good flash creature these days? Last turn, what do you think of untap land and hold up counterspell Anchorage? Counterspell when they have Cavern? I don't know. Seems what I did was good. Alright, I guess I'm gonna find out the hard way what's going on here. I like my lands right now. Making some land drops seems kind of nice. Flanker? I'm gonna do better than a flanker, right? Hello, blue sky. Sorry, Chica, I don't know if you answered my question. Looks like they're keeping counterspell mana up, is what's going on. Which is a little awkward when my sweeper is one of my sweeper's verdict, but I guess I don't know that. Good to say go here, just keep Anchorage up, see how they react. How much are they attacking for if I tap out? 6? Oh, I even have mana for like activate counterspell. It's pretty solid. Guess I'll counter draw. They can't even really attack with much besides a Mutavault. And they're kind of repping a counter. But they tap that plains instead of Cavern. What counter do they even have for blue? Weird. Can just loot. Just worried they might have some weird creature for Some creature that protects for my verdict. Protect the Negotiator. Isn't Protect the Negotiator blue and white to make mana? Oh, Light Resolve. I'm just worried of maybe some. Oh, you know what? Interrupter works against verdict, but that's not a human. They did tap really weird. Makes you wonder. What's the Flashy Knight? I mean, I guess it would be a big flanker if they have flanker. He has 6 power flanker. I'm just gonna say go. Like, they're not doing anything. The White Virtue. They would have cast it by now, probably. Guardian of Faith. Is that a human, though? I don't think it's a human. Doubled Ward 1. Alright, I'm rich. I can pay. Oh my god. Well, at least they only have one basic. Well, it's alright. Control decks don't need mana. It's a well-known fact. They're not good at using their extra mana. Dude, Jacoy, I obviously misclicked. Please don't be silly. Are you trying to tilt me? Could activate block. Try and kill one if they have a counter. I like the idea of making them tap mana in their turn. And that would have been so much better for me if I could if I had that extra land, I could have marched before. And then see what happens and decide if I still want to block. They're probably going to counter that. We're going to trade. But at least I know there's nothing weird happening to my verdict. Which I'm okay with. Let's protect the Negotiator. Maybe they were trying to not sell it by losing the kicker. So I don't know. That's weird. I think I should be okay. I have Kahira. I have a ton of value from my lands. Can I do anything with the lands this turn? No. Maybe Field over it, I guess. Might as well. This is good. It was fine. It would have been better if I just March 1st, they used a counter, and then I don't even trade with my Anchorage. It would have been much better. Alright, I guess I'll get rid of it now since we know they don't have I think if I didn't, I don't know if it should be a tiebreaker that we know they don't have a basic. It could matter. If not, I should maybe just keep it for Mutavault. Oops. No, too late. Well, it's fine. I'll just make token. Had the mana for both. I've just been so impressed by Citadel and Fountainport. Yeah, I mean, all these little mistakes I've been making. Like misclicks and stuff. It might add up. I mean, it doesn't make a treasure because it doesn't cost me 1 life. But I mean, that's really silly. Yeah, that was really bad. Okay. Should have made it 1/1 so I can block sack draw. Kahira real sad? I haven't forgotten about Kahira. It's not the scariest Adeline. Let's see if that resolves. But a treasure token might be gas if they have another protect. I get to pay 5. This is probably good, just keep their board in check. Maps, you say? I love maps. It's a nice draw. Memory Deluge. We'll keep that one. And keep it again. Dude, get lost is so heinous. Nothing fills me with more joy when I play a game of Magic that when my opponent plays a get lost and it's just like literally like negative impact on the game for them. Yeah, fish was good too. I'm just gonna say go again. So I don't get out tempoed if they have like I don't even know, but protect and stuff. I'm not playing this game optimally. There's almost no way. Yeah. Yeah, lots of small suboptimal plays for sure. Clutch Anchorage. Oh yeah, I had the mana. I was thinking I had the mana to like sag the treasure to draw cards. Yeah, silly. And I don't even have counterspell mana up now. Surely it's fine. It might have been close if I'm not gonna mess around here. I'm not losing this game. The funny part is that they're just gonna smush me in like 2 seconds in game 3. The classic. This is the best part of the game, the part where you think they have a chance. This is just indestructible right now. Alright. Let's see if open is reasonable here. Or if they want to try and time me out. It's also reasonable, I guess. Don't blame them. Oh, bonjour. Just like to point out, if I end up being the last game, none of it was my fault. I take no responsibility. As often. People just... Like, is this really necessary every time? Answer is probably yes, I do timeouts enough to justify people doing that stuff, I guess. Part of the game is no, not really. Not when I'm low on time. Not fun to me. Okay, so what did we see? Protect. Protect's pretty annoying for Beza. Protect the Negotiators, Mockingbird. I could almost bring in Dispute. Because Dispute's actually the one creature I can counter, because they're not going to give it... I kind of like it. Normalize gonna stink anyways. I could still keep in all the Normalize. Farewell on the draw. Yeah, plus we didn't see any weird permanents. Sometimes all you need is a sweeper. I mean, you saw these games kind of go long. Plus they play a little reactive, but yeah. Reversal, Change, Gust, Moonlight. Please win. I don't want to play versus blue-white. Bless this hand. XDD time. They're not hiding. I don't know. I feel like if my opponent's willing to try and time me out in a prelim, just makes them more likely to ghost. Not saying, you know, they are obviously still pretty unlikely they are, but... You know, just the first few turns of the game, too. The most impactful. They mulliganed 5, by the way. Which should be good for me. What's the play here? Just march their 1-drop now. Alright, I'll remove XDD time so you can at least see the board. I'd add land Adeline. I could have played an Anchorage last turn. And saved, that might be a little rough. Double mutable too. A lot of damage. I have Death Thalia. I have Death Thalia. It's pretty rough. It's okay. I have it all. If that's all, yeah, I had Beza. Do no worry, chat. I got the verdict, obviously. And they do have Dub's Mutable. Mutable pretty good against Beza too. I can still lose this game. Unlikely, but play a land. Give me a treasure. No treasure. Come on. I'll take the life. I take the life in the body. And actual, don't forget about Kahira this game. Could lose to Lane. No, Langale loss is still not lethal. Tef Anchorage? Does that work? Sure it does, right? Alright, so even if they have land get lost, I have outs. A little scary. Or they just have a follow-up creature. Either way. Eiganjo. Damn, Anchorage is so decent. Anchorage, you're very, very decent. Put Kahira in my hands. Untap 2. Untap. Draw wasn't. Yeah, it was just a go. You'd pass, yeah. Countervolt Thalia? I'm not gonna get greedy here. They kind of got me. Yeah, that was bad to not pay the. I guess it doesn't matter. I can just do that. Yeah, I forgot I could just tuck. Clock, please. Panasov, please. Cavern Wasteland. Yeah, they even did the little pause. I don't know if you noticed. They were like, oops. Field of Ruin, easy. Field of Ruin, easy. Deduce, sure, graveyard. Poor Kahira just never gets to join the team. Oh, that's the bad matchup. Can I get my high noons back? I'm gonna go ahead and assume he's playing Lotus. He's probably streaming too if you want to go and check out the both sides. It's bad, but I'm all against 5. These have lands. Okay. I drew the one relevant card I have in my main deck. But I'm on double blue next turn and Fountainport in play. Narset could call him. Could be huge trouble if he doesn't have like a great hand. Unless he helps me find vetoes. My one veto, actually. My list is really soft too. I was considering something narrow like Archon or Damping Sphere in my sideboard for this matchup. Like that reversal could be something a little more targeted. One of the Gusts or one of the Disputes could be something more targeted. If you don't expect any red-black prowess, the Flanker could go and be something more targeted. We'll have Vizier just to make mana. I don't know if that's a very good sign or a very bad sign. Oh, Soul Partition. Drawing the one Narset 1 Veto is just flawless deck building. Well, I'm mulligan for it, right? I skillfully mulligan a land of Lockdown Verdict and 5 lands. Salut Xenoman. Merci. I mean, look like he's just spinning his wheels before I get to replay Narset, right? Try and find a stage. I'm definitely getting an untap, right? Multiple Soul Partitions main deck. Pretty cool, just super versatile. It's any permanent. Makes sense. You're just trying to buy a bit of time. Cool. Oh, he plays Proctor. Oh, okay. Another pour. Nice. But see how good Narset can be? Guess he just built his deck too well with these Soul Partitions. Like one Narset would have stopped his entire hand, basically. Let's go see what his latest list looks like. What are the counters? One Sphinx. Oh, he's up Dramoka. Kind of like that. Think Sphinx probably better. Can't be countered. Flying Hexproof. Can't be gusted either. Odd Distortion. It's good to mix it up, I guess, too. Only one Dispute. Pretty nice against my Planeswalkers. So one Reversal. Well, I want Reversal anyways. Oh. 2 Silence, 1 Dispute. Crazy cards. Well, it's the 9 life stack, right? Let's say interesting cards. Not sure what's crazy about it. Very narrow. Sorry. Apparently I'm allergic to apples too. Or peanuts. Thought distortion. Well, joke's on you, my Narset is protected. So I can deduce March, but then I don't have Veto mana up. And if I let them untap with Proctor, he might have another Lotus Field. There's a proper sequencing here, right? Just that. Yes. I figured it out. This will have Veto mana up and Deduce mana up. Also looks like I'm just trying to keep mana up for a fish. The Blue-White Falcon, the Nate deck is running 4 for 9 lives, could be decent in the meta. Sounds like something that auto losses to Blue-White control. Probably like very low percenting in stats, which is not a good start, but I don't know. Do you have a list? Wait, Bobber is here? Wow, stonks. I get fresh Narset. Let's go. March is good against Lear. But if he has Lear here, I just lose. Lockdown is pressure, but I think I can find more pressure with the second Narset activation. I think I'm just going to take the March. Too bad I don't have... Never mind. One more mana would not make a difference. No, not Lear. This is very Jova, right? Scoop time, chat. I have Narset. Does that make a difference? Alright, I don't have Narset. That is scoop time. Alright, Flanker, Shark, the counters. The Gusts are probably still okay. Hearse maybe. Lockdown can go. Verdict. I guess I have to keep in one Verdict. For the one Sphinx, at least. Moonlight can go. Galos can go. March is okay. Galos probably better, actually. Tef. Mr. One Dispute. Mr. One Dispute. Soul Partition's not even that bad. At least I get to untap the lands. How does he brick? Would I have waited until he showed me? Didn't he have Pour and Impulse in the yard? Or Balagad? Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I did scoop too fast. 5% is probably like... Alright, March gets Proctor. Oh yeah, that was Fairy on Adventure. That's why I scooped. Well, that was one of the reasons I scooped. Flying Hexproof. Is one Verdict enough for one Sphinx? Can't be countered. Incident sorcery spell counter. I wish I had something more elegant than having to keep in Verdict. Could do 2 Verdicts. I'll do 1. He needs to get the mana. He needs to find it without me finding my Verdict. Pretty decent hands. Planeswalker is good against SBS, obviously. Don't want him to just play a Proctor here. Or Scrying or anything, really, for that matter. Somewhat Tripping Dispute. Does his list even play Impulse? 1 impulse, 2 soul partition. Alright, at least we bottom 3 lands. Something, I guess. I think we're dead. Worst case here would be Proctor into Lotus, but if you had that, I would know by now. Stage plus Lotus. Yeah. Oh, it's a pretty good one. I can't stop the stage. I could Deluge main. Or I can play Ashiok. Deck damaged. Let's go. How many win cons do we get? No win conditions? Man. Turn is just stage go. I mean, hopefully.
Monkey says, "What's Nassif's win condition?"
Bobbers.
You, my friend, must not know Yellow Hat very well.
What's up, buddy?
This is not a guy who brings win conditions.
I wonder if I'm supposed to play Narset here. Between Ashiok and Narset. It's pretty good if he has Sphinx in hand. Gets me digging. Ultimatum doesn't work. 4 doesn't really work. Dark Petition doesn't work. Thought Distortion. I thought Distortion kind of wrecks me anyways. Good Narset and not minus. But that's bad if he has land Sphinx. I could say go and then just Deluge into 2 lands. That sounds kind of better, probably. Alright, let's just say go. Because if he casts... Just say go. And he has 1 dispute to counter Deluge. Thing goes better if he has Cloud Distortion. Thing goes fine if he has Sphinx. Hidden Strings? Putting me in the blender. He might be trying to cast Sphinx. I should counter. The question is how. Let's see. If he has Dispute for my 3 steps ahead, I'm a little sad. My hand's pretty ass. Pretty bad. Probably don't play Scared and... I don't think he has this. He didn't have Dispute when I Narset it a few turns ago, so I'm just gonna hardcast 3 steps ahead. And I am gonna discard Hearse makes sense instead of Ashiok. Yeah. It's a fine line of knowing when to play Scared and not. I feel like whenever I play Scared, it's like I end up getting punished. Res is also... No, I guess he wouldn't do that if he had nothing. Keep working. Alright. Now what? I mean, if that was his last turn, I should definitely say go again. Still have a counter for poor. Could Deluge first for reversal, but I'd rather not risk the chance he just top deck to Dispute. Shark is good. Gust is pretty mid. Okay, yeah, he knows I'm gonna like make land drop. Second Verdict. feel like Wandering Emperor is always too slow for me in these matchups. I'm gonna do... kind of want to just not... kind of want to lock him out. I might just do second Verdict, second March over these Wandering Emperors. I feel like I never have the time. In theory, like, it used to be you pressure them and close the door, but... I'm not sure. Alright, I'm kind of paying the price here. Got a maul, but also even 2 lands with that hand would just not be that exciting. Just all counters. Not exciting either, but okay. I think Mage's the hearse. Balagad Lear. That stuff. Thing is, I'm not gonna want to tap out for hearse anyways. I want to be able to march a Proctor right away. Brutal. Fountainport losing me the game. It's won me a lot of games though, I will say. But here it is bad. Now he can just play like another stage or something. I need a lot of help. Field of Ruin, please. Land is good. Blue land is good too. I'll take it. I guess I'll take it. I guess I'll take a Field of Ruin too. What do I get though? Blue for Dispute? Or second whites have... Oh wait, I don't have 4 mana anyways. Alright, blue for Dispute. Alright, hopefully he doesn't have Proctor. Whew! That's a nice little sequence. Field of Ruin. Maybe that Fountainport ends up winning me the game anyways. Hidden Strings, when you have very few cards in hand. And you have the 2 uncounterable spells. I guess I kind of got. Maybe I should have used a Veto. I was thinking I'm gonna use these cards because I don't have... I have Get Lost and March for Lear. Nice little 2-for-1 for him here. Alright, I'm just gonna play the hearse now. I'll let him get value from Balagads. Another Hidden Strings. Hearse might just one-shot him, two-shot him. Ooh. Well, he doesn't have Ultimatum mana, and Dark Petition's not that great right now. So I think I should say go again. 2 Hidden Strings gone. Yeah, I guess you could just have like Land Thought Distortion. It is pretty bad against Spore. I had to make a fish if he doesn't do anything. And Ashiok's not really... I guess it stuffs Sylvan's Crying. How many Sylvan's Crying did he play? 2? Alright, let's deploy. Let's deploy the Ashiok. Well, I really don't have to worry about Lear. The genius. The genius of Jose. No Sphinx. No Sphinx, no Thought Distortion.
The genius of Gabriel Nassif.
Well, not sure which one's worse for me. Can I stop that? Get lost, march, veto, dispute. Nope. That is like the old tech. Oh, frustrating. Might have won if this Ashiok was just an Narset. First beats. I mean, I'm losing the race now. Oh, maybe not. I thought about it and then just... Especially when I drew the Teferi. Too away now. I mean, I have Kahira. I can play Teferi. If I draw a land, I think it might be fine. Well, that could work. Please Gus works against Ultimatum. When free, one losing 4 out of 4 Darrells. I don't think Darrell's very relevant in Pioneer. I'd be shocked if there's a big difference. Who even keeps track of that? How can you, like... I mean, I somewhat keep track. I, like, have a vague sense of if I've been running good or bad with Darrells, but... I feel like you're focusing on the wrong things. If you're mentally keeping track of die rolls. It's not a big deal, obviously, just... Just verdict here, right? Just don't be silly. Red-black matchup. What, prowess? Probably. How many times did you play against prowess today? I hope it's 0. One time. Them versus human. Okay. If you played against red black, I agree. Against humans, it's a huge deal. All right, you got me. Superwalk says I'm mentally keeping track of what? I'm mentally keeping track of says without arena. It's like your buddy coming down and sitting next to you at the RCQ to tell you his bad beat story about how he kept a shitty hand and then got punished for it, and it's like gamer just don't keep a shitty hand, but they just keep going on and on about their bad beats, and then you'll leave the friendly local LGSR and return to the woods to days. Oh, by the way, Saturday might do an arena stream walk because I got roped. I can never say no. So there's like a basketball tournament on Saturday for the kids, for some of the kids, the 9-10-year-olds, and their coach can't make it, so they needed like an assistant coach or something, or they needed someone for the last match too. So I said yes because I'm a mark. But I think the plan is to come back, stream in the evening, and give the arena open a run or two, like a bullet or two. Gab's basket coach era began. Yeah, give me like 10 years and I'll be coaching a championship winning team. I haven't decided if it's going to be in Europe or in the NBA yet, though. Oh, damn it. I was wondering if I was supposed to wait. I forgot about Otawara. Maybe I'll just use Dispute here. So that
I prefer
my...
really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Wow. I mean, I guess he might have Boseiju, but... Make a 2/2. Is that better than Teferi Plus? Forgot I had the Sharks. Would have been nice draw on tap plan here.
Sure.
Why not? Old tier 1 base AB. Almost 4 years, appreciate that. Hope you're doing good. No whammies? I mean, he has 6 cards in hand and have no disruption. I did get rid of 1 Leer. Also, Charm literally killed a hearse, right? He has so many answers to a hearse. I mean, I can't imagine. He just says, like, what does he even have? But I don't know what the Teferi line's doing for me. I guess 2 Verdict is the correct number against 1 Sphinx. I don't know how he sideboards. I mean, keeping March in if he boards out Proctor is pretty bad. Because I already have, like, Graveyard Hate for Leer and counters and a Get Lost I can keep in. Man, if I had, like, I mean, he might have played different if I had 1 more mana up, but... Ashiok did a number? Nah, the Ashiok did pretty much nothing. I mean, got rid of Leer, but I don't think that's a big deal. Like, what else did I get rid of? And Narset would have been much better. Narset probably wins me the game instead of Ashiok. Can I still win the race? Attacks for 2. I guess you can even just charm and fight and have a 2-turn clock. Oh, I'm silly. Charm. He has to get rid of the hearse. Wait, did I keep in 2 verdicts? Alright, get rid of Poor then. I feel like Poor is just so much value. You could just get Thought Distortion here. If you wanted to. It's kind of crazy that's the best he can do. Damn, 1 untap land on that Shark Typhoon draw. Maybe. Charm is lethal. Can I march the hexproof creature? No. Alright, GG's. I guess I did keep in 2 verdicts. Maybe I verdict 1 turn too soon. I doubt it. Yeah. Ashiok was bad. I'm not playing that card anymore.